All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to Allah Akim doing and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. Now I wanted to get into this real quick, just a short little video. I was watching the brother's video. He'd upload this biblical defender for the truth. It was the elder there from, I think it's Baltimore. But anyways, I don't know who these individuals here were talking to, but we don't put, Israel on the level of Yahweh or Yahushai, I don't know who he was talking to, but I'm going to just play this little clip right here.
Go ahead. Please, that's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
For those who would say both are just as important, again, where do you find any biblical justification?
And yeah, the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and Yashra Allah, it is important, okay? Because that's, coming back to your identity. But we don't put, as you would say, your race on the level of, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, okay? Like, what he's trying to say is that we put more emphasis on Israel, but guess what? The Lord has his prophets going to speak to his people for a reason, okay?
For that. Where is the biblical justification for saying that anything is on the level of the Most High? For those, go ahead, please.
So he just read it there, and then he goes on to say here, Yahushua is not on his level, okay? But you're going to say your race is, okay? So we're going to get into this real quick. The trickeries, the wows, all right? Because when you listen to this guy, there's another video too that I wanted to do that I was listening to the brother put out yesterday. He switches things up on people, man, okay? It was, I think an Ephraimite brother was talking to him or whatever. But anyways, we don't put race over Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Rakah Kodash, okay? Who do we serve? Yahweh wa Yahushai, or men, okay? We serve Yahweh wa Yahushai. We don't serve man, okay? We serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, not man. So that's the end of that's the end of the video right there, man. These guys, I don't know, they're being paid to say whatever the fuck they're gonna say, but to throw some people off, trip some people up, the weak and feeble will be like, yeah, they're always putting emphasis on Israel. Then the Most High, they're not talking about the Most High. They're always talking about, but this is what the Lord sent his prophets to do, talk to the people, okay? Anyways, let's get into this real quick. So, who do we serve? We serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, this is why it says this. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 7. The fear of Yahweh. Does it say the fear of Israel? Or the fear of the race? The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Okay? So, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge and knowledge and wisdom and instruction, right? So we have to fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's who we serve, okay? So how can we put our, people over Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? Okay, let's go into something else real quick. These guys are into some trickery, all right? Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it should be well with them that fear Yahweh. Fear who? The race? The nation? A man? No, fear Yahweh, which fear before him, but it should not be well with the wicked neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh. Okay? So right, once again, we fear Yahweh, we serve Yahweh. Okay? As the scriptures tell us here in Matthew chapter 10 and 28, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him. Who's the him? Yahweh, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So who do we fear? Okay? Who do we follow the commandments of? Men or Yahweh? Okay? Men are Yahweh. We fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. We follow his commandments. Okay? So how could we sit back and say, yeah, as prophets of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, yeah, we're going to put our race over Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? That's trickery. Okay? Matthew chapter 6 and verse 33. But seek ye the kingdom of Yahweh, but seek ye first, Salakia, but seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh, not the kingdom of men. The Lord is one that raises up one and takes down another. All right? Simple and plain. And his righteousness and all these things shall be added unto you. Right. So, like I said, seek ye Yahweh. How do you do that? How do you receive the instructions? His prophets sent to his people. Okay? Let's get that real quick. Jeremiah. I don't know where that guy was going with that, but hey, man. See this, Jeremiah chapter 23 and 28. Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 23. But this thing command I them, saying, obey my voice. Whose voice? And I will be your power, and ye shall be my people. And walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. So guess what? He's doing that through his prophets, right? And he's telling you to obey his way, the way that he is, commanded his prophets to tell you, right? The commandments, the laws, statutes, commandments which are written in the scriptures for you to follow, okay? He's given that onto his servants, the prophets, to tell you, okay? And no, you're not above Yahweh. Okay? None of us are on the level of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So how can we say, yeah, let's put these regular folks, okay? Let's put our 2/3 up there on the level. The nation up there on that level. Man. Jeremiah chapter 7, 28. But thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obey, a race, right? That obeyeth not the voice of Yahweh their power. So Yahweh is our power, okay? Neither receiveth correction, truth is perished and cut off from their mouth. Okay? So they don't obey the voice of their power. Meaning we have a power. So how can we try to put ourselves over our power, man? Okay? Amos 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I'll punish you for all your iniquities. Okay, who's going to give us the punishment? Yahweh. Okay, who brought us up all these situations? Yahweh. Okay, so how can we put our race on the level of somebody who's in power? All right, we gotta go and talk to them and show them, look, you better obey the voice of your power, or that's it, you're gonna be put to dust, man. Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 6. I have set watchmen. Who set watchmen? Yahweh. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of Yahweh, keep not silent, and give him, who's the him, no rest till he establish And till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth, till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth, man. Give him no rest till he establish. Okay? So this foolishness, whatever this guy was saying here, this trickery, these wiles, for other doctrines and other people to pick up on shit and start spewing madness, it's falsehood, man. We already know that these guys took the bag. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse with the shit that's going to be coming out these guys' mouths, man. Boredom, the money, you settle on your leaves, man. You're up, your feet is comfortable. And all these arguments or debates that you're bringing out, it's very easy for us to pick apart, man. So, no, we don't put, race over Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We go to our people like he has commanded us to do, right? And preach to them, giving them the warning. Acts chapter 5, NLT, Acts chapter 5 and verse 38. So my advice is, leave these men alone. Let them alone. If they are planning and doing these things merely on their own, it soon will be overthrown. But if it is from God, you will not be able to overthrow them. You may even find yourselves fighting against God. It says what? But if it's from God, okay, you will not be able to overthrow it. Does it say if it's from the race? If it's from the people? Yahweh is the one that issueth who's going to be in power and who's not. Okay, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? So, I don't know who he was talking about, who he said, but I don't know where the hell he's trying to equate. Maybe he's trying to say that about all Hebrew Israelite camps, but our apostle elders have not taught that. We don't teach that. No. So I don't know what kind of trickery, what kind of wiles this is, but hey, it's going to get worse and worse with these individuals, man. Keep your eye on the swivel, So with that, hey, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh. Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rokah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified, Lord willing, to the next time, Akim. Shalom, 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 and abad babak.